Hello students, today we will start the new chapter, that is natural resources. In the last class we have completed the 13th chapter of your textbook, that is why do we fall ill. Now this is your 14th chapter of your textbook, natural resources. Okay, the topics to be covered in this chapter are introduction, biosphere. We will study about the air pollution, water pollution, soil, biogeochemical cycles and ozone layer. This much topic we have to cover in this chapter. Let's see one by one in detail. Natural resources. What do you mean by natural resources? Natural means anything which are found in nature. Okay, that is natural. Resources. What do you understand by the term sources? The sources means availability of the things. Understand? So availability of things in the nature is natural sources. But why we are using re as a prefix? Why we are using resources? Because the availability of that things in the environment or in the nature are repeatedly used again and again by the creatures. That is natural resources. That's why we are using resources, because sources, things which are available in the nature, it is used again and again by the mankind or by the creature. That's why the term natural resources. Understood the term natural, understood the term resources. Now the definition of the natural resources is that these are the materials which are provided by the nature to us free of cost. Means these are the resources which are present in the environment and uses by the creature. As you know, the man is only and only creature who are intelligent in every aspect. So these men are using all sort of resources in their in the way they get benefited. Or plants are also using resources, animals are also using resources, but this human being, this mankind, they uses all the resources. Whatever the resources present on the earth, they are used by the man, either in a good way or either in a bad way. Either they are used limited or used limitless. So but they are being used by the mankind. Now let us talk about the life. How you can say that life is possible? In which criteria you decide if something is living or something is non-living? Means what is life? The things which are alive. The things which are alive is known as life. लेकिन तुम कैसे डिसाइड करोगे, किस बेसिस पे डिसाइड करोगे कि दैट पर्टिकुलर थिंग इज अलाइव और दैट पर्टिकुलर थिंग इज हैविंग लाइफ? सो आवर अर्थ इज अ यूनिक प्लेनेट. In our solar system, our earth is a unique planet. Why our earth is a unique planet? Because in the earth we are having optimum temperature due to the presence of air, presence of water and sunlight. Due to this, our earth is known as a unique planet, and due to presence of this only, the life is possible on the earth as compared to the another planets. Okay, let's see. Let's see. See, अर्थ अर्थ में लाइफ कैसे पॉसिबल है? ड्यू टू प्रेजेंस ऑफ एयर, प्रेजेंस ऑफ वाटर, ओके, optimum temperature and the sunlight. So due to these four things, due to air, water, temperature and the sunlight, life is possible on the earth. If we talk about the Mars and the Venus, the temperature is very high, very much high, means life can't be possible there due to the presence of very high temperature. But in the our earth, temperature which is optimum, means the average temperature which can a human being or any creature can sustain their life, only optimum, only that temperature is required. Neither too high nor too low. Optimum moderate temperature is there in our earth. Sunlight is also there. Presence of water. Without water the life is impossible. So presence of water is also an important criteria while deciding the life. presence of air is also. So these four criteria makes Earth a unique planet as compared to the another planets. That's why the life is possible only and only in the Earth. Now comes to our topic, the natural resources. What are these natural resources which are present in on the Earth? So these natural resources which are present on the Earth are air, water, लैंड. ठीक है, बेसिकली यही तीन तुम्हारे नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज हैं जो कि रेपिटेडली यूज्ड होते हैं बाय द क्रिएचर्स. दीज थ्री नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज आर प्रेजेंट ऑन द एनवायरमेंट और प्रेजेंट ऑन द अर्थ. एयर, the air is what your, if we talk about the earth is surrounded by a air, means the envelope of the blanket of the air which covering the earth is known as atmosphere. What it is known? It is known as atmosphere. The blanket of the air which surrounding our earth is known as your atmosphere. Water, 75% of the water, 75% of the earth are covered with water, known as hydrosphere. What it is known as? Hydrosphere. Land, our outermost crust of the earth, land is lithosphere. Lithosphere. So the interaction amongst the atmosphere means we are talking about the air. Okay, the air that covers the whole of the earth like a blanket is called the atmosphere. ठीक है, water which covers the 75% of the earth's surface is known as your hydrosphere, and the outermost crust of the earth is called what? Lithosphere. All the living things on earth together with atmosphere, hydrosphere and lithosphere interact and make life possible is known as what? Your biosphere. Means interaction among these three, atmosphere, hydrosphere and lithosphere, makes what? Your biosphere. This biosphere means living things in the presence of soil, air और water is known as biosphere. जहाँ पे living things भी है और जहाँ पे soil, air, water भी है, इनके interactions को ही हम क्या बोलते हैं? Biosphere बोलते हैं. This biosphere, it may be biotic, it may be abiotic components. If we are talking about the biotic components, then biotic components is the living things in which plants and animals. Abiotic components means soil, air and water. ठीक है, ये सब क्या है? बायोस्फीयर के abiotic components हैं. Now we will discuss each and every topic in detail. We'll start the discussion from the air. ठीक है, abiotic component का एक पार्ट लेते हैं, air. एयर पढ़ेंगे, इसके साइड इफेक्ट्स क्या हैं? एयर पोल्यूशन है. इन द नेक्स्ट वी विल स्टडी वाटर पोल्यूशन. लाइकवाइज वी विल गो अपवर्ड्स. नाउ लेट्स स्टार्ट विद आवर टॉपिक एयर. Air is also known as the breath of life. Okay, air is also known as what? The breath of the life. Air is a mixture of many different types of the gases. Okay, many gases. Remember, here I discuss only few gases. There are many gases: nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, and there are many more. But at your point of view, you understand these three gases only. So air is a mixture of different type of gases: nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, and many more. Let's discuss first about the oxygen. Just imagine, without oxygen life is possible? No, not at all. If oxygen is not there and if you're having plenty of the food present on the environment, okay, you take the food, but that food is cannot be converted into the environment. What cannot be converted into the energy? Sorry, whatever food you have eaten, if oxygen is not present, then it will not get converted into the energy. If energy it is not get converted into energy, then ultimately it leads to death of an individual or death of an organism. That's why most of the organisms are aerobic, and that's why oxygen is very much required for the cellular respiration or for converting the energy into the converting the food whatever we are eating into energy. That's why oxygen is required in our atmosphere. The percentage of oxygen which are required is 21%. Now फ्रॉम वेयर द ऑक्सीजन इज कमिंग, व्हाट आर द सोर्स ऑफ द ऑक्सीजन, एटमॉस्फेयर में भी ऑक्सीजन जो आपके हैं वो आ कहाँ से रहा है, व्हाट आर द सोर्स, ऑक्सीजन आर प्रोड्यूस्ड बाय द फोटोसिंथेसिस। द फोटोसिंथेसिस क्या होता है, जब प्लांट अपना खुद प्लांट जो है वो अपना फूड खुद प्रिपेयर करती है इन द प्रेजेंस ऑफ सनलाइट, they produce the oxygen from where the oxygen is coming and they are utilized by every organisms present in the environment except anaerobic organism. Understood how the oxygen is important? Carbon dioxide, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड इज वेरी 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 इंपॉर्टेंट, ठीक है। कैसे ये इंपॉर्टेंट है, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड के बिना तो फूड ही आपके पास नहीं आएगा, क्योंकि कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड ही एक प्राइमरी इनऑर्गेनिक कंपाउंड है इन द फोटोसिंथेसिस। फोटोसिंथेसिस में कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड का क्या रोल था, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड मेकिंग द फूड। Understood? So carbon dioxide, from where the carbon dioxide is coming? Carbon dioxide is coming from the respiration. ठीक है, whatever we inhale, exhale, from where the carbon dioxide is coming? Carbon dioxide is also coming from the burning of the fossil fuel. But the percentage of the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is merely a fraction. ठीक है, merely a fraction of percent. So the percentage of carbon dioxide in atmosphere is mere a fraction of percent because carbon dioxide is fixed in two ways. ठीक है, उसको जो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड का जो इतने सारे हमारे रेस्पिरेशन से कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड प्रोड्यूस हो रहे हैं, बर्निंग ऑफ फॉसिल फ्यूल से भी हो रहे हैं, लेकिन हमारे एटमॉस्फेयर में अगर देखा जाए तो मियरली अ फ्रैक्शन ऑफ परसेंट कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड प्रेजेंट है। व्हाई? बिकॉज इट इज फिक्स्ड इन टू वेज, either this carbon dioxide converts it into glucose in presence of sunlight, or it is used by the many marine animals to forming the carbonate shells. Understand? That's why carbon dioxide is fixing in two ways. First, green plants, जितने भी green plants हैं, they convert carbon dioxide into glucose in the presence of sunlight. Second, many marine animals, जितने भी marine animals हैं, they use the carbonates which are dissolved in the water to make their shells. So these carbon dioxide are used by them. So only merely a fraction of percent are present in the atmosphere. Now next talk about the role of atmosphere in the climatic control. In the climatic control, how the atmosphere, what are the importance of the atmosphere? क्लाइमेट जो हमारे अर्थ का है वो बिल्कुल मॉडरेट है, न ज्यादा है न कम है, बिल्कुल मॉडरेट क्लाइमेट है। बट जो एयर है, एयर इज अ बैड कंडक्टर ऑफ हीट। क्या है एयर? इट इज अ बैड कंडक्टर ऑफ हीट। इट कीप्स द optimum or average temperature of the earth constant during the day and even during the course of the whole year. ठीक है, due to the bad conductor of air is a bad conductor of heat. Due to this, it keeps this constant temperature whole during the whole year, during the whole day. That's why there is no very high in temperature or very low in temperature. The temperature remains constant on our earth. Understood? अर्थ एटमॉस्फेयर का एक और रोल है, इट प्रिवेंट्स द सडन इंक्रीज इन टेम्परेचर। अगर तुम्हारे एटमॉस्फेयर में सडन टेम्परेचर इंक्रीज हो जाता है ड्यूरिंग डे टाइम और ड्यूरिंग द नाइट टाइम, तो एटमॉस्फेयर क्या करता है? इसको प्रिवेंट करता है, ये स्लोज डाउन करता है। ठीक है, एग्जाम्पल लो, अर्थ और मून, इनका सन से जो डिस्टेंस है अप्रोक्सीमेटली सेम है। द डिस्टेंस फ्रॉम द अर्थ और डिस्टेंस फ्रॉम द मून टू द सन इज द सेम, बट हमारे अर्थ में जो नॉर्मल एवरेज जो टेम्परेचर है, दे आर ऑप्टिमम एवरेज टेम्परेचर है। बट अगर हम मून की बात करें तो मून में जो टेम्परेचर है वो क्या है? -170 to 110 डिग्री सेल्सियस है। एट मून देर इज नो atmosphere, and due to absence of atmosphere the temperature varies from -170 to 100 डिग्री सेल्सियस। तो वेरिएशन टेम्परेचर में क्यों हो रहा है? क्योंकि वहां का एटमॉस्फेयर वहां पे प्रेजेंट नहीं है, इसी कारण तुम्हारा लाइफ भी पॉसिबल नहीं है मून में। और अर्थ में क्या है कि तुम्हारा जो भी है कंपोजिशन हुआ एटमॉस्फेयर का, बिहेवियर जो हुआ एटमॉस्फेयर का, ये हमारे क्लाइमेट को कंट्रोल करके रखा हुआ है। टेम्परेचर कांस्टेंट क्यों है? बिकॉज एटमॉस्फेयर जो है उनकी कंपोजिशन और उनके बिहेवियर के कारण वी विल कंट्रोलिंग और रेगुलेटिंग द टेम्परेचर ऑन द अर्थ। दैट्स व्हाई दिस ऑप्टिमम और कांस्टेंट टेम्परेचर इज मेंटेन्ड। अंडरस्टूड? Now we will talk about the movement of the air. Movement of air means what? We are talking about the wind. Wind, understood? The movement of air. Now let's explain this with the help of diagram. Movement of air. I will rub all this part. Movement of air is known as wind. But how? How the air moves? First you understand with the help of example. Suppose this is a candle. Okay, close this candle in a container. ठीक है. Now keep one incense stick. Incense stick means agarbatti. Now burn the agarbatti. What you will observe, ये glowing candle है, हमने अगरबत्ती को उसके सामने लाया. What we will observe, that the smoke which are coming from this incense stick, it goes upwards. It goes upwards like this. It shows that the hot air always moves upward. ये hot air कहाँ से आ रही है? जो smoke है, ये smoke अगरबत्ती के ऊपर जा रहा है. Hot air always moves upward because hot air is lighter. That's why due to its lighter nature, they always move upward in direction. All you have seen the hot air balloons. दीपावली में जो balloons जलाते हैं जिसमें कैंडल होता है, वो कैसे ऊपर की तरह जाता है? क्यों वो ऊपर जा रहा है? क्योंकि हॉट वो एयर जो उसमें प्रेजेंट है, दे आर वेरी लाइटर. ड्यू टू इट्स नेचर ऑफ लाइटनेस दे मूव अपवर्ड्स. अंडरस्टैंड? तो दिस इज द एग्जाम्पल कि ये देखो आपका जो ये मूवमेंट है, ये जो डायरेक्शन है इस एयर का, इसी को अपन वाइंड कहते हैं. ठीक है, ये एक ऐसी चीज है, नेचुरली नेचर में कैसे होता है वो समझते हैं. नाउ सी, ये आपके वाटर बॉडीज है. ठीक है, दिस इज योर वाटर बॉडीज एंड दिस इज योर लैंड. ठीक है, ये लैंड है. ड्यूरिंग द डे टाइम both the land and the water bodies, both they get heated up. ठीक है, both the land and water bodies get heated. Water bodies is also heated up, land is also get heated up. Atmosphere, this is your air. यहाँ पे क्या है? पूरा air है. This air, this atmosphere will absorb this heatness. Okay, now the land have a property that they will heat it faster as compared to water bodies. How? आप एक काम करना, घर पे एक बाउल लेना, उसमें बहुत सारा सैंड रख देना और सेम क्वांटिटी के बाउल में आप वाटर रख देना. Put this swell and put this water under the sunlight for 5 to 6 hours. What you will observe that the swell which are present in the bowl, they become more hotter as compared to land. If you are having thermometer measure the temperature of the swell is higher as compared to the water. That means the land it heated faster as compared to the water bodies. As the land gets heated, the warm air or the hot air, due to its lightness, it moves upwards. Means here the hot air will be moves upward from the land. The hot air will moves upward into the atmosphere. And it goes upwards and upwards. It creates a low pressure. It creates a low pressure. ठीक है, आपका warm air जो है, hot air जो है, it are moving upwards and it creates a low pressure. But the water body, it is not as much as hot as compared to land. Okay, it is heating but not that much. Now from the water bodies, the cool air is now coming to the land. So the cool air which are coming from the sea to the land is known as sea breeze. You have learned this in class 7th or 8th, what is sea breeze and land breeze. So the movement of the air, the movement of the cool air from the water to the land during daytime. So during daytime, always remember, in the coastal region or in anywhere during the daytime, the movement of the air from the water bodies to the land. Okay, means from the low pressure it moves to the low pressure and this creates the wind. This is happening during the daytime. But what happened during the night time? Okay, what happened during the night time? अब night हो गया, all our gets cooled down. जैसे अब हमने कोई चीज को स्टोव पे गर्म करके रखा है, जब उसे स्टोव और गैस से नीचे करेंगे तो वो क्या होगा? सडनली स्लोली वो कूल्स डाउन होगा. इसी तरह सन तो चला गया, मून आ गया. अब मून और स्टार्स के प्रेजेंस में दे बोथ, लैंड एंड वाटर, बोथ आर स्टार्टिंग कूल डाउन. बट लैंड कूल्स डाउन फास्टर एज कंपेयर टू वाटर, क्योंकि वाटर ने उतनी सारी हीट एब्जॉर्ब की है तो तुरंत ही कूल डाउन तो नहीं होगी, उसे इतनी सारी हीट को रिलीज करने में टाइम लगेगा. बट जो लैंड है वो बहुत जल्दी कूल डाउन हो जाता है एज कंपेयर टू वाटर. नाउ द लैंड कूल्स डाउन and water bodies is now getting now hot as compared to land. Now the warm air which are present on above the water bodies, this warm air moves upward. अब ये warm air upward जा रहे हैं, and the cool air which are present on the land, now they get into the land, into the water. So during the night time, the movement of air, cool air from the land to the water, that is known as land breeze. Okay, understood how the movement takes place? During the sun, the movement takes place from the sea to the land, and during the night, the cool air is moving from the land to the sea. Ultimately, they are known as land breeze and the land breeze and the sea breeze. Here, what we are observing, the temperature of the land and water is not the same. Their heat retaining capacity is not the same. There is different, as land जितना जल्दी heat होता है, land उतनी ही जल्दी cool भी होता है, ठीक है, और water की उतनी ही slow heating rate है और उतनी ही slow उसकी cooling rate भी है. Understood? तो हम wind क्या होता है? During the day, the direction of the wind is from to sea to land. This is because the air above the land gets heated faster and starts rising. During the night, the direction of wind is from the land to the sea. This is because at night, both are getting cooling down, and the movement of air from one region to another region, from this region to that region, this is known as wind. Understood? Here we understand the term wind क्या होता है. Now, whatever the changes in the earth atmosphere is taking place, they are responsible for the wind, they are responsible for the breezes, they are responsible for the storms. The formation, okay, understood how the wind formation takes place. So, in this way, the wind is created. Same, this is happening in the coastal region, and in your NTS examination और competitive exams से जरूर पूछा जाता है कि explain the winds in the coastal region during night. Night में क्या होता है, day में क्या होता है, always and always you get objective type questions in your competitive examination. So understand very carefully कि जब धूप थी, जब सनलाइट था, दोनों हीट हो गए, वार्म एयर ऊपर गया तो लैंड जल्दी हीट होता है, इसके वार्म एयर ऊपर गए तो वहां का मूवमेंट क्या हो गया, फ्रॉम द सी टू द लैंड. ठंड जैसे ही नाइट टाइम आया, दोनों कूल्स डाउन हो गए. लैंड की प्रॉपर्टी सॉइल क्या होता है, बहुत फास्ट कूल करता है. तो अब ये जो वाटर बॉडीज है, ये अभी भी वार्म है, तो इसके हॉट एयर ऊपर जा रहे हैं. तो नाउ फ्रॉम हियर द wind or air, cool air will goes to the water. So from the land to the water. So in this way, this movement is known as wind. Understand? Now, what are the factors which affect the formation of wind? ठीक है, इनके ये तो तुम्हारा naturally हो रहा है. What are the factors which can affect this? The factors which can affect this is uneven heating of the Earth's atmosphere. Okay. Secondly, rotation of the Earth, presence of the mountains on the Earth. So these all things can affect the formation of the wind. Understood? Now, let's see the formation of the clouds. How the clouds is forming. This is the wind. Now we will study the formation of clouds. Formation of clouds and rain. ठीक है? This is your land. This is your land. This is your water bodies. Okay? ये land है, ये water bodies है, ये land है. From the land, your water vapor is present in the air. Some water vapor is present. From where this water vapor is coming, you have already studied in your class 11 that in the process of transpiration or in the process of respiration, some amount of water vapor is released into the atmosphere. That water vapor is present in the atmosphere and it mixes with the air. ठीक है? From the land, from the water bodies get heated up and the water vapor goes upward and mixes with the air. Now the water vapor mixes with the air. This both water vapor, इसमें भी water vapor है, ये water vapor, जिसमें ज्यादा quantity of the water vapor होगा वो और upwards जाएंगे. They move upwards and they forms the tiny droplets. Okay, this forms the tiny droplets as they get more upwards. Understood? क्योंकि hot air है, ये मिक्सअप हो गए एयर के साथ, ये ऊपर जाएंगे तो उन्हें बहुत सारे डस्ट पार्टिकल्स मिलेंगे. सो व्हेन दिस वाटर वेपर प्लस एयर, व्हेन दे कंबाइन विद दोस डस्ट पार्टिकल्स, दे फॉर्मिंग द टाइनी ड्रॉपलेट्स. These tiny droplets condense and forms the bigger droplets like this. Okay, this is the formation of clouds. Understood? And when these clouds became heavy, they will fall into the ground as a result of the rain. Okay, but when the temperature is very low, or when it gets start freezing, then it gets result into the formation of your hail formation, result in the formation of your snowfall is there. When the temperature is low and these bubbles start freezing, then they get resulting in the snowfall along with the rain. So understood how the vapors or how the clouds are forming. Water vapors which are coming from the land, which are coming from the sea, they get mixed up with the air. They, as they goes move upwards in the air, most your dust particles, your smoke is present. Now this water vapor plus air, when they combine with the smoke and dust, they forms the tiny droplets, and these tiny droplets now condense and forms the bigger droplets. These bigger